Steve Carrington, Palmer Mayor, taking you 5 days into the future for our October 22nd City Council meeting. I know there's some questions about public process and separation agreement. So the separation agreement and mutual release was prepared by Scott A. Brandt Erickson of Keenan Curall of Ketchikan at my request. And this is an attorney that we've used before. One of the more notable ones was back in 2021. We asked him to research and give a report on the matter of council members discussing city business in a private Facebook group. So back on October 9th, I was considering an emergency meeting for the contract discussion and started wondering, how does this work with a contract? So I asked some questions and learned that there's a separation agreement that can be created. So I had that done and then presented it to the council. And then that was after our executive session. The council voted on that. And I believe it was a unanimous vote to go with that document. And now I know there seems to be some questions about what the mayor does in Palmer, which is a good question, because with the mayor in Wasilla has different duties than, say, the mayor of the borough, and different duties than, say, the Palmer mayor. And the Palmer mayor is it's a figurehead position. That's really what this is. But the few things I do get to do are things like set the agenda, run the meeting, take complaint calls, and then also there's one phrase in there with the code, and this is out of Palmer Municipal Code 2.05.040 for those wanting to double check, that I advise the council considering the affairs of the city and make recommendations thereon. And so that's essentially what I work towards doing. And the last example I just, I described was one of those times. And then with our council meeting, we have agenda highlights. Approval of minutes of the previous meeting, looks like October 8th and then the October 9th meetings. We have communications appearance, Palmer Public Library Project, Gary Wolf, and Wolf Architecture. And then there's audience participation, 3 minutes per person on items that are on the agenda. And then public hearings, there's 5 public hearings. Essentially, we're introducing the budget, and there's 5 parts to the budget. Those are the employee pay plan, the fee schedule, the fine schedule, the 5-year CIP or capital improvement plan, and then the rest of it's just called 2025 budget. But those will be 5 separate hearings, and then anyone in the public that wishes to speak to any one of those items can have 3 minutes for those. And then we have action memoranda. Let's see. One is with HDL Engineering about doing a final design and bidding assistance for Fireweed and Colony Way intersection improvements project. That's for like $37,505. And then authorizing the finance director to renew the banking services contract for an additional year with First National Bank of Alaska. And then under new business, I know there's been quite a few people talking about investigation in the last few weeks. So new business, we've got discussion of investigation of previous city manager interactions with city staff and city attorney. Because I think we do need to, let's find some facts. Let's dig in and find out what has been happening, what has been transpiring. And then I've got, there's also audience participation, 3 minutes per person on non-agenda items. And then we've got a list of meetings coming up. We just did the 15th. This will be the 22nd. Looks like we've got a special budget meeting for October 29th, our regular meeting on November 12th, and another regular meeting on November 26th. And then I wanted to bring up another document. We've got a code of ethics and conduct for elected officials. And this should be available on our website. I will try to find a link for that. But this is something that I think it's 5 or 6 pages. And it goes through as far as elected officials that, number one is act in the public interest. The council will act in the public interest when exercising city official action. talks about respect for process, that the council members will perform their duties in accordance with council processes and rules of order. Members should conduct deliberations with civility and refrain from abusive conduct, personal charges, or verbal attacks upon the character or motives of other members of council, boards, committees, and commissions, the staff, or public. And decision-making, council members shall consider decisions on the merits, substance, and public testimony of the matter at hand. And there's quite a few things. I know there's been mixed views of this code of ethics, but part of what I like about it is it has as many do's as it does don'ts. So it's trying to tell you a good reminder of the right way of doing things, and a reminder that we're not supposed to be taking gifts and favors from any group or anything for doing anything about the public. Confidential information, that some things are confidential and need to be kept that way. There's quite a few things in there, and that's to me, it's a good reminder of the ways that we're supposed to be working together as a council. And to me, this is part of what we need to really be doing is we need to be doing the work of the city. That's what we're supposed to be for. And so I think with that, we should be making sure that we have good discussions, that we as we're going through the process, we're preparing to vote. Let's describe our position. Let's give the merits of our position or the arguments against a position, but let's do that all in public. There shouldn't be, there should be, I'd rather have robust discussion in public than to just have, simple nods and here we vote. So we want to honor that public process of describing our positions and describing why we think these things are important. So this has been Steve Carrington, Palmer Mayor, taking you 5 days into the future for our October 22nd regular city council meeting.